Speaker, this is my 10th State of the Province address and the launch of the Provincial Legislature's annual calendar. It requires that I, on behalf of the Provincial Government, account to the residents of the Western Cape for the progress we have made and the challenges we face. Our team is building unstoppable momentum towards a highly skilled, innovation-driven, resource-efficient, connected, high-opportunity society for all. Our broad unemployment rate is a full 8.2 percentage points lower than Gauteng's and a full 13.8 points lower than the national figure. The Western Cape also has the lowest rural unemployment rate in the country at just 14%, which is the lowest recorded since this measure was instituted. This is a significant statistic for us because it shows that our focused economic growth plan, Project Khulisa, is starting to make an impact. With the growth in value of buildings completed at the national level declining by 6% in 2015, the value in the Western Cape has grown by 27%. And this is not just in our central business districts. The value of buildings completed in Khayelitsha and Mitchell's Plain has increased substantially since 2007 from 115 million rand to almost 961 million rand. Employment has increased by 40% in the agriculture and agri-processing sectors over the past 2 years through the creation of over 127,000 jobs. Our tourism sector continues to show remarkable potential. International arrivals are up by almost 16% year on year, and we passed the 10 million passengers mark through Cape Town International Airport last year. Guided by Wesgro, we've generated an additional 3 billion rand for the economy by adding over 500,000 new two-way direct seats through our Cape Air Access initiative. We have set a target of introducing 32,500 apprentices into the labour market by 2019 to meet the needs of a growing province. Between April and September 2016, 3,009 young people completed their work-based programs in fields linked to the tourism, oil and gas, and agri-processing sectors. This year, the department commissioned 10 purpose-built firefighting vehicles which will be deployed to rural municipalities across the province. This is a huge boost to rural areas where to date the firefighting capacity has been constrained. This initiative forms part of a 3-year project to invest 37 million rand in the province's firefighting capacity. Since 2012, we've gone from 8 to 26 firefighting aircraft, operating across 31 runways. These resources have meant that for 5 years running now, 97% of all fires could be brought under control within the first hour of being reported. Honourable Speaker, we live in a water-scarce province and country, which is a great threat to economic progress. A study we've already completed indicates provincial water demands will exceed the current supply by 2019. We are currently at level 3B water restrictions in the Cape Metro. The latest dam levels are an average of 34.8. Last year this time, they were on 44%. Through our online platform called FruitLook, we have established a digital means of optimizing the water usage of the entire agricultural sector. Using only satellite and weather data, we tell farmers how much water their crop used in the previous week, whether the crops experienced any water deficiencies, and the actual biomass produced. Provincially, our agricultural department has completely reprioritized its budget, making 48.1 million rand available for drought relief in the last 2 years. Of this money, 35.9 million went straight to 564 smallholder farmers. We know how well we are progressing because we are the only province to commission an external evaluation of all land reform farms within our boundaries. Since 2014, we have facilitated over 400 million rand in conditional grant funding to 293 businesses operating on land reform farms. In total, we've delivered over 75,300 title deeds to beneficiaries since 2009. During this financial year, we put 41 million rand behind addressing this backlog through the Human Settlement Development Grant. Honourable Speaker, like rural land reform, urban land reform can be a very important empowerment tool. The total value of potential affordable housing projects in the pipeline now stands at over 40,000 units, worth 3.2 billion rand, across 3 types of subsidy. Honourable Speaker, affordable housing projects must be sustainable and replicable, and must be accessible to jobs. This is what we aim to achieve, starting with a game-changing project in Pinelands, a residential feeder suburb to the inner city of Cape Town, where 22 hectares of land are immediately available. It's the size of Miss Goliath's farm. The size of the land is relevant, Madam Speaker, to the project's viability. We have called this game changer the Better Living Model for mixed income, mixed use development, and we are implementing in partnership with the City of Cape Town. We have calculated that 3,600 residential opportunities can be built on this site. This will include a mix of affordable housing options to be cross-subsidized by open market properties and retail space. A total of 3,000 units are planned for the Belhar CBD, where a mixed-use high-density residential development will create an urban context around nearby education facilities. Honourable Speaker, we are also making progress on a catalytic project to upgrade informal settlements near the airport along the N2, known as the Southern Corridor. In George, for example, Madam Speaker, 15,000 units are planned for the area covering Thembalethu, Syferfontein and Wilderness Heights. In Paarl, the appointments of all contractors is underway for the Vlakkeland project with 2,556 units planned. Planning is also underway on the Transhex development in the Breede Valley. The development will yield over 8,000 housing opportunities to improve the living conditions of informal dwellers and farm workers. Our broadband program, identified as a game changer, has delivered high-speed internet services to 1,414 sites across the province to date. So far, a total of 150 Wi-Fi hotspots have been delivered by March 2017, which is right now, which will take our current numbers of citizens accessing the service to over 70,000. The remaining 234 hotspots will be delivered by early 2018. Schools have been prioritized for broadband connection as part of our e-learning game changer. A total of 1,239 schools will be connected to our wide area broadband network by April the 17th. Honourable Speaker, the Cape Access Programme has also managed to establish e-centres in each of the municipalities outside of the City of Cape Town. By next month, we will reach 70 e-centres across this province. The matric pass rate is up from 75% at the beginning of our term to 86%. Bachelor's passes are up from 31.9% to 40.9%. The proportion of bachelor's passes in quintiles 1 to 3, which are the poorest schools, has more than doubled. The same goes for distinctions in the poorest quintiles, which have increased from 615 in 2009 to 1,372, that is, they've more than doubled in 2016. We have stretched infrastructure budgets to their limits, building 2,386 new classrooms and 120 new and replacement schools since 2009. An online textbook ordering system has been in place since 2013, ensuring that books arrive on time for our growing numbers of learners. We have spent 5 billion on capital infrastructure in health since we took office in 2009. 3.5 billion on new infrastructure, and 1.5 billion on maintenance. Honourable Speaker, in response to mental health needs, we have made significant investment in psychiatric care, quality psychiatric care, and this care is sadly becoming more and more needed because of the consequences of drug abuse, particularly methamphetamine or TIC. The Cape Winelands district is now home to a fully functional psychiatric unit at Paarl Hospital, the first of its kind for the region. Let's take a moment to appreciate in particular our emergency medical services staff, who, while going about their duty of saving lives, have been subject to increasing attack by criminals. From our records of past criminal incidents, we have designated 10 red zones in our city where EMS staff now enter only with a police escort. Police and the entire criminal justice pipeline are a mandate of national government. We have oversight powers which we are using to their fullest extent. The Western Cape Community Safety Act for the first time provides a legal framework for the accreditation of neighbourhood watch structures. Our goal is to reduce alcohol-related intentional injuries and fatalities starting in Khayelitsha, Gugulethu, and Nyanga and Paarl East. We are serious, Speaker, about compliance. Traders must remain within the law and not find loopholes to circumvent it. That is why the maximum fine the Liquor Licensing Tribunal can impose has increased from 20,000 Rand to 100,000 Rand per incident. Our Transport and Public Works Department have worked hard to reintroduce evidentiary breath alcohol testing, commonly known as the Draeger device. Electronic breath alcohol testing can rapidly determine whether a driver is over the legal limit. This has the potential to speed up legal processes against persons driving under the influence. The abuse of both alcohol and drugs remains an enormous problem in our province. A total of 23,626 clients have accessed substance abuse clinics and services since 2014. The Social Development Department has steadily expanded its services over the years. We have more than trebled the number of substance abuse treatment sites from 7 in 2009 to 25 today. We have come a significant distance, but there is still much to accomplish in the remainder of our term. We have set ourselves enormous stretch targets, and we are pursuing them tirelessly to achieve our long-term vision, which is simply this: to give every person living in this province the opportunities they need to use their freedoms to live lives they value. Thank you, Speaker.